but our AI ahas are things that we have used AI to do in our lives that we find particularly interesting, and we think it's helpful to share uses with other people so that we can all learn together. So, in this tiny little mini episode, we wanted to share one of those with people who might be new or those who followed us for a while. So, Bridget, what's your AI aha since we last spoke?
My bonus AI aha is, not work related at all. I think you're sensing a pattern with me. I kinda go back and forth between nature use cases and work use cases, but, my brother and his family were visiting last week. He has little kids, and one of his kids, pointed out a quote spider on the outdoor couch, and it was a tick. And we had a plastic bag, so we put the tick in the plastic bag, and I took a photo of it through the plastic bag and asked ChatGPT to identify the tick and tell me anything I needed to know about whether it was the kind of tick we should worry about with respect to Lyme disease. Ticks are everywhere this summer. I don't know if that's true in Pennsylvania, but it's true in Michigan. And in fact, it was a deer tick, and it was exactly the kind of tick that you had to worry about with Lyme disease. And I don't know if everybody else is carrying plastic bags for collecting ticks, but I highly recommend having your ChatGPT on you and a few little sandwich bags in your pocket if you're in the woods, because there's a lot to learn with these easy tools. So,
Oh my goodness, that's really scary. Mine is not as terrifying. That's really scary. I'm glad that you caught it. And I'm not really sure what's happening with ticks in Pennsylvania, but now I want to find out. So mine is also not work related. This year, I've been working to up my mileage. I used to train for and run long distance runs and marathons and things, and I'm trying to get back into that. But I needed a little bit more motivation last week. I wanted to go for a run, but I didn't feel like it. And I love ChatGPT voice mode and playing around with it, and that sort of mimics, like, Her, if you've seen the movie with Joaquin Phoenix. And so I turned on voice mode and said, like, "I really don't feel like going for a run today. Can you use your powers of persuasion," which I've read about, "to convince me to go for a run?" And it worked. Like, I ended up going like, long story short, I went for a 7-mile run when I really had intended to go for a 3-mile run, and in the like, I was really leaning toward going for no run at all, but it just came out and I had it pulled up here. It's like, "Let's be honest, the couch is whispering sweet nothings. Your brain is arguing that productivity could just as easily look like reading an article about performance while eating a muffin. But here's the thing, you never regret a run." And then it goes into this whole thing, like, "You're not running for today, you're running for future you, and you don't need to run far, just put on your sneakers and go outside and run for 1 song. And if you don't feel like running anymore, like, come back in." And I kept telling it, like, "Say more, say more things like that." And it kept giving me more and more. So it did get me out there for a run. I don't know whether that would work long term, but I really enjoyed having somebody there to just, like, tell me to go out and go for a run. So that was my AI aha, and
that
it
is
worked.
very cool. Did you keep talking to it throughout the run, or did you turn music on, like, at a certain point once it got you up and running?
Oh, no. No, I was listening to podcasts, probably AI podcasts once I got out the door, and that's probably why I ran so long. But I did go back the next day and asked it to encourage me again, and it was interesting because, like, upping your mileage too quickly is a recipe for getting hurt, which is why I had to decrease my mileage in the first place, and it said to me sort of like, "You might wanna think about not going for a full run
Oh,
today
wow.
since you did so much yesterday," and then it encouraged me to, like, do some cross training, which I did. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I mean, it didn't discourage me, it was like, "If you wanna go for a run, go for it, but, like, you also might wanna take a rest today or build in some strength training."